Hello people, this is Eric Cobra and this is Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles Blind. Last time we learned a valuable lesson in not leaving your ass open for shots from your enemy's big cannon, because that will end up hurting you. Today, well, let's go back to headquarters and level up and stuff. Yes. Hopefully we won't have like a bazillion tutorials. I don't think command room is necessary. I'm pretty satisfied with my squad so far. So let's head to the training field. There's definitely some good fists.
Welcome to your worst nightmare, maggots!
A blackboard!
Train all you want! I've got all day! I got no use for tears! Sweat! 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 Good work, maggots! You're one level closer to human!
What level do you become human?
Looks like that session beat a new potential out of the shock troopers!
Can we see what the potential is?
Okay, you've earned clearance for a new order! Put it to good use out there!
They learn defense boost, which all raises one ally's defense. That's okay, I suppose.
Come back anytime you're ready to sweat!
Right. Can I, like, see what the potential is or something like that? Let me see.
Hello, Welkin. Here to fine-tune your squad?
Yeah, and I just received 2 medals for some reason.
Oh, and there have been some new recruits. You should take a look at the master list.
Yes, well, I'll take a look at that if somebody actually dies. Ah, yes, info. Potential info. Well, that's great and all.
Come back.
So the potential unlocking classes. Where the frick is that? Ah, here it probably is. Attack progress human attacks boosts a person at a time. Yeah, that must be it. Because, well, that's probably from the class one. Right. That reminds me, I unlocked something for Stormtrooper. You know what? Let's see. Kobe, you're awesome. Oh, less range, but much greater damage. You know what? That would probably suit, you know, him. I already play him as somebody who is a bit of a rusher to get up and shoot the enemy, so, you know. And he can probably still be upgraded, I imagine. I hope. I guess.
Welkin, bro! I'm stoked you're here, man. What can I do you for?
Well, maybe we can help you with that case of Youngblood's disease you're carrying around. That's where I want to be, device. Let's see, I've got enhancements, so. Oh. Well, let's reinforce body wall.
Here you go, bro!
And that, let's get some better range on.
Whew! It's done! This one's perfect, bro!
If you say so. Sure.
Here you go, bro!
That should make our tank a little less vulnerable.
Come back and...
Sure, I will. Castle Front Street, read the writing on the wall, published record.
Hey, Lieutenant! Off duty today?
Yes, I just took a break in the middle of our campaign. You can do that when you're lieutenant. Also, somebody informed me that comes with apparently it's because he's been at university, therefore received officer training. So that's why he was just immediately handed, a lieutenant post. I remain unconvinced that he's the best choice for this. He really hasn't shown many leader qualities. Sure, he may have the training, but really at this point in the story he has shown absolutely no initiative for planning anything. He just doles out orders that he has received from somebody else. If even that.
Your timing's perfect. There's something I want to show you. Won't take but a minute. Come on. Ta-da! It's the writing on the wall. Written and published by yours truly.
That's, okay. That's a biblical reference.
Why do this when I already have a radio news gig, you say? Sure, I could leave it up to the print news guys, but they're all lapdogs. The government censors everything.
Oh, joy! Right, great to know we're on the right side of this conflict.
And not just a little cut here and there. In some cases, they'll bend the harsh truth into candy-sweet propaganda. I'm so sick of it. I want to give my readers the truth. That includes the bad stuff, too.
That's great, and if the government ever tries to crack down on you, you can just give me a call and I'll show them exactly where they can put a tank round.
So, this is my brilliant plan. The writing on the wall.
Great.
Some things are only possible in out-of-the-way spots like this, out of sight from those government goons. I'll keep this space filled with up-to-date, absolutely factual info. No censorship. And your exploits will feature heavily, I'm sure. So yeah, come by and have a read sometime.
Sure. Signs of Gallian resistance. In an interview given on the 8th, a spokesman from the Central Gallian Armed Forces suggested a massive anti-imperial counterstrike brewing. Should this come to pass, all eyes will be on how a force that has thus far specialized in retreat can stem the imperial incursion that claimed most of Gallia by last month's end and now stands before the gates of Landkreis. It seems the militia will join the army proper on this bid to free the capital from a siege, a fear that has persisted for weeks now. Some can suggest that this moves due to the army's desire to conserve its own manpower for combat within the city's walls, a very real possibility should this plan fail. Ah, so that's why us rubes were kicked out there to do it. They want to save the troops from the real combat that comes after we've been mowed down. This is great. It's nice to know the military is so organized. Flames of war sweep Europe. The Empire owned and run terrorist news outlet reported on the 6th that the Imperial forces had claimed the coastal Federation city of Valua. Valua? No. If true, the Empire would now hold a supply route for Ragnite transit, greatly influencing the standing in southern Europe. Unlike the northern provinces, Europe is south lacks for Ragnite, meaning the supplies must be shipped in from elsewhere to sustain the Empire's offensive. The Empire's holds on Europe's southern coast means expansion of the conflict to all areas of the continent is more likely now than ever before. The Federation is yet to issue a statement regarding the Empire's alleged siege of Valua at this time.
And while you're here...
Yes?
I want to put a book out someday, right? To put the truth in the hands of the people. But I'm just a radio news grunt, you know? I'll be paying for everything out of my own pocket. So, I figured I'd ask you. Think you could find it in your wallet's heart to help a girl get started?
Oh boy! Oh boy, you came to me at the wrong time, lady.
I'd make it worth your while. You guys could feature in the book I write.
That's great, but I just went and bought most of the new equipment for my tank, because I also have to pay out of my own pocket for some reason.
I still haven't decided what all I want to put in it, but I promise it'll be all about you. See this fat stack of notes? I've got a ton of material already. So how about it? Call it an investment in the future rising star of authordom. Please.
I don't have enough money, I'm sorry.
I plan on putting out new editions periodically, so drop by to check it out often. Especially after you've made some headlines on the battlefield. That's the perfect time to strike.
That's great.
I'm counting on you out there, Welkin. You need to keep me supplied with exciting material.
I can see it now. Milk Pateau's commander delivers orders to his subordinates, who then win the day. God, even his tank stuff is him giving orders to the awesome cool girl who's doing everything. Vulcan is basically a glorified radio transmitter. He delivers messages to everyone. I mean, I don't dislike the guy. He's nice enough, but it's not exactly what you'd call a war hero. He's a gear in the machine and a good one at that, but not more than that. War Cemetery. Well, I haven't gotten anyone killed yet.
Paying your respects? Sorry, I suppose that was a foolish question.
That's okay, Solid Snake.
Actually, no, sir. I'm not here visiting anyone in particular.
Oh, then might I ask what brings you to a place like this?
I'm looking for Metal Gear.
I find it sobering, standing here in front of all those who died in the last war. That and seeing this much death reminds me that humans are just another part of nature.
Don't suppose I've ever heard that before. Judging from your clothes, you're militia.
Yes, sir. Lieutenant Welkin Gunther. I'm in charge of Squad 7, Regiment 3.
Gunther. I see. Squad leader. Very impressive for a young man.
Not at all, sir. I'm still woefully inexperienced.
Yep.
One wrong order from me and my squad could wind up here. It's a huge responsibility.
Especially since it seems to indicate that he's only really had, theoretical knowledge.
You respect the weight of their lives. Here, let me teach you a special order.
An order, sir? I'm sorry, who did you say you were?
Just a leftover from the last war. I'm afraid my orders require some experience, though. I can't in good faith teach them to those who lack the maturity to use them properly.
Sensible, I guess.
Now, let's see. I'll teach you retreat today. Use it to command an injured unit to pull out of combat. Well, what is your decision?
I didn't know I would have to save up for this.
I see. I suppose it was too soon for you. I hope we'll meet again. Should you wish, you can likely find me here.
Yeah, I didn't expect to go, buy moves from the graveyard. I just burned it all, but... Oh yeah, the personnel tab. The interesting thing is every single freaking guy we have with us has their own profile. Like we have Kobe, for example. Let's see, a foreman for a carpentry company before he joined militia. His bad back as a result of an injury suffering during EVI. Like every single one of these guys has their own profile. It's actually kind of amazing. Respect to the team behind this for being that dedicated. But let us move on.
Squad 7's suppression of the enemy camp on the West Bank gave us the foothold we needed.
So we can advance now?
Now we'll join the Army's vassal battalion in Operation Cloudburst to take back the bridge. Militia forces will take the point, crossing the bridge and attacking the eastern camp.
They're gonna cross the bridge. Okay, interesting.
Captain, crossing that bridge means breaching the enemy bridgehead. What sort of on-site backup and supplies can we expect from the Army on this?
The plan calls for the Army to commence its operation after we've struck the bridgehead.
Wait a minute. So we're just being offered up on a platter?
I know how you feel. I felt that way when I was a militia foot soldier too. But sometimes being a soldier means taking on tough missions. even dangerous ones.
Yes, but you're talking about smashing right through enemy fortified positions. That's not something you leave to lightly armored town boys from out in the middle of the country. That's something you leave to a heavily armored division that can smash through. In modern warfare, a tank attack would be preferable because they have the armor to last against small arms fire. I mean, if the enemy also has heavy fire, then you definitely need tanks. I mean, there's a reason why trench warfare was so costly in units until we fucking invented tanks. This is stupid!
Understood, Captain.
I'm not saying you're wrong, Faldio. Breaching that bridgehead by ourselves is... it's going to be tough.
I'm going to make sure nobody dies just to spite the idiots who came up with this.
Captain Virat, may I go observe the area around the bridge?
Observe it? I don't mind, but what do you...
Welkin!
Sergeant Melchiot, what is it?
Oh, sorry to interrupt the meeting.
We're finished, it's fine. Now, I assume there's a reason for your visit?
Yes, Captain. Welkin, I mean, Lieutenant Gunther, the squad, they're at each other's throats.
Oh, great, what now?
What?
Please stop them, sir. I tried to, but I couldn't.
You want me to break it up? I don't know. Maybe it'd be better to just let them have it out.
Let them have it out? You can't just ignore them.
I don't know who they are!
I'm not ignoring them. I think it's important that they say what they're thinking. Butting heads over differing opinions can be one way to bring people closer together.
Oh, okay. I don't think he's caught on that somebody might actually, be, hurt.
Well, but... that may be, but I still... Look, you can't just sit here while your squad's tearing itself apart. It's not right. Now get a move on, sir.
Hey, Alicia?
Sounds like he's got his hands full.
It's all part of growing as a team.
I remember when we took an inexperienced, untrained college boy who only has theoretical knowledge and gave him the responsibility of the lives of several people who then, for whatever reason, started punching each other and possibly getting hurt. All the while the woman he knows apparently blames him for not knowing better, despite her giving woefully incomplete information. Fond memories. Seriously, Captain, shouldn't you also show some responsibility here and, I don't know, assist when it's obvious that he's woefully lacking in this area? You have a responsibility towards your subordinates too. You can't just let him sit there handling everything.